The power to question is the basis of all human progress. India wants to avoid a war at all costs, but it is not a one-sided affair. You cannot shake hands with a clenched fist. If I die a violent death, as some fear and a few are plotting, I know that the violence will be in the thought and the action of the assassins, not in my dying. You must learn to be still in the midst of activity and to be vibrantly alive in repose. All unprejudiced persons objectively surveying the grim events in Bangladesh since March 25 have recognized the revolt of 75 million people, a people who were forced to the conclusion that neither their life, nor their liberty, to say nothing of the possibility of the pursuit of happiness, was available to them. My father was a statesman, I'm a political woman. My father was a saint. I'm not. I have lived a long life and I am proud that I spent the whole of my life in the service of my people. I am only proud of this and of nothing else. I shall continue to serve until my last breath, and when I die, I can say that every drop of my blood will invigorate India and strengthen it. I am not interested in a long life. I am not afraid of these things. I don't mind if my life goes in the service of this nation. If I die today, every drop of my blood will invigorate the nation. It is our duty to create a social milieu in which the young and the socially weak feel that the present and future belong to them. To me, the function of politics is to make possible the desirable. What is popular need not necessarily be right or wise. It is legitimate to have one's own point of view and political philosophy. But there are people who make anger, rather than a deeply held belief, the basis of their actions. They do not seem to mind harming society as a whole in the pursuit of their immediate objective. No society can survive if it yields to the demands of frenzy, whether of the few or the many. There exists no politician in India daring enough to attempt to explain to the masses that cows can be eaten. I cannot understand how anyone can be an Indian and not be proud. The richness and infinite variety of our composite heritage, the magnificence of the people's spirit, equal to any disaster or burden, firm in their faith. Even in poverty and hardship. In an underdeveloped society, the first anxiety is of infant mortality. In an advanced one it is to keep alive the aged. Mankind will endure when the world appreciates the logic of diversity. I would like to ask a question. Would this sort of war or savage bombing which has taken place in Vietnam have been tolerated for so long, had the people been European? In today's world no country can be absolutely independent of another. It is a world of interdependence. Even today to be civilized is held to be synonymous with being westernized. Advanced countries devote large resources to formulating and spreading ideas and doctrines, and they tend to impose on the developing nations their own norms and methods. The pattern of the classical acquisitive society with its deliberate multiplication of wants not only is unsuited to conditions in our countries but is positively harmful. Without peace there can be no prosperity for any people, rich or poor. And yet, there can be no peace without erasing the harshness of the growing contrast between the rich and the poor. People tend to forget their duties but remember their rights. Nothing can convince me that people are at one with their work unless they're joyous about it. Where does strength come from? It is not muscle strength anymore. It is not also mere intellectual strength. What is strength? Strength is the support of the people. Peace we want because there is another war to fight against poverty, disease and ignorance. The longer one doesn't write, the more difficult it is to communicate. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel.